Good morning, students. Uh, we will be starting our final exam syllabus. Okay. Second term has already been completed. I hope all of you are given very good exam. Okay. So for the final exam syllabus, I will be discussing the chapter number 5, that is water, for class 6 chemistry. Okay. So be patient and uh, just cooperate with us. Okay. So I'm starting the chapter. First of all, we all know what water is. Okay, water is the most important substance, I would say, most important substance of earth. Okay, which is the most necessary things for every individuals. Okay, every individuals and every organisms, every lives, for everything. Okay, water is that much necessary. Okay, in our body, we know, in our body 70% of the constituents are made up of water. Okay, that means our body consists 70% of water. Okay, and in the world, the world is surrounded, we all know that three portion is water and one portion is land. Okay, so we can say 75% of the earth is totally covered up with water. Okay, in the form of ice and sometimes in the form of liquid. Okay, so in this chapter, that is the main introductory part. So first of all, in this chapter, what is in your syllabus, that is, first of all, I will start from your syllabus, that is the sources of water. Okay, so what are the sources of water? We all know what are the sources, basic sources of water. Okay, so there are land, there are rivers, there are lakes, there are ocean. These are the sources of water. Okay, and there is a two distinction. We can categorize these into two distinct types. One is surface water. Okay, under which river, lake, ocean, these kind of water body will be fall in. And one is groundwater. Okay, under which the water under the surface of water is can be categorized. Okay, that means we all know that under the surface of land there is a presence of water. Okay, so that will be the groundwater, and whatever we see, we witnessed, that is the surface water. Okay, that is and these two makes up the sources of water. Okay, so you need to know that sources of water means the whole things can be under the sources of water. Okay, be it the underground water and be it the surface water. Okay, the total things is under the sources of water. Okay, next, the water from river, lakes. Okay, these water are called as the fresh water. Okay, and the groundwater, that is the groundwater, is mostly used for the agricultural purpose, agricultural, industrial, household purpose, these things. Okay, these, for this purpose the groundwater is necessary, that means used. And what is the lakes, rivers water? Uh, it is actually utilized by the organisms and by us too. Okay, uh, and for seawater, we can say the seawater generally, individual, that people do not use seawater that much because it's salty. Okay, because it is a presence of salt in it, certain amount of salt present in it. That's why seawater is not uh, palatable for us. We don't take seawater as our drinking water. Okay, but seawater forms take very important part though. Okay, next, that is the states of water. Okay, so there are three states of water. We know the solid, liquid and gas. Okay, this is the primary thing everyone knows. Okay, when a water is in solid form, it will be in the form of ice. When it will be in the liquid form, it will be as the liquid, and whenever it will be in the gas form, that is a water vapor. Okay, so that is the three forms of water. Okay, and we generally we know where we can find the three states of water. We can find the liquid form water in the liquid form in the surface water level, and if we and in the polar region we would see the water in the form of solid. Okay, and in the air there is a presence of a huge presence of gaseous state, that means the water vapor. Okay, so in nature water is present everywhere, okay, in the form of certain things, okay, certain forms. Okay, so that is the states of water and the presence of water in every sphere of our world. Okay, next, that is the interchangeability of water. Interchangeability of water means water can be transformed from one particular state to another state. We all know, because it's a very common, because whenever you that's a normal example being the water from the river or the surface water body, it actually evaporates. Okay, it actually evaporates with the sun. That means that when the water is in the surface medium, it is in the form of liquid, but whenever sun, that is the sunlight applied on it, it gets evaporated. So there is a change of state. Okay, and to be practically, if you take some water and keep it for freezer, then it will become a solid. Okay, so that means that there is a certain change of water, and that means the change of state of water happening every single time. Okay, and this is called the interchangeability of water. Okay, one important thing, how can these things happen? Okay, what is the reason behind it? Okay, simple. The reason is applying energy. Okay, nothing else. That means whenever the surface water is in normal state, the heat is applied on it. That means the sun apply heat on it. Okay, and that's why the water gets evaporated. Whenever the water is in liquid form, you are taking the heat from it. Okay, that means you are keeping it in the freezer zone, and that means you are taking the heat from it, and that's how it gets solid. Okay, so the interchangeability states totally depends on the heat energy. Okay, that means the energy, you should give some energy or you should take some energy from where it is. Okay, and that's why the interchangeability will happen, else there will be no changing of state, rather interchangeability of state. Okay, and that is called the interchangeability of state. That means solid, that means water changes in its forms. Okay, from solid to liquid, from liquid to gas. Okay, so these changes is actually called as the interchangeability of water, which totally depends on the application of heat. Okay, next, some of the important point, that is the essential of why water is essential for life. It's a very common thing. Okay, we all know why water is everywhere, and water is very much necessary for us. So why water is necessary for us? There's a lots of reason, but I will discuss some of them. First, the chemical reaction, the biological reaction that takes place in our body. We have to digest, we have to respire. Okay, we have to excrete. Okay, so these things all requires water. Okay, the digestion, in the process of digestion, we need to water. That means unless and until you take water, you cannot digest your food, right? Unless and until you are taking water, your food cannot be digested. Okay, your stomach won't work, your body will not cannot excrete its excretory material in the form of urine and sweat. Okay, so that is the importance of water. That means to serve the essential purpose, the biological purpose for our body. Okay, that is the main thing. Next, for plant, it is the photosynthesis is very important. The photosynthesis, for the photosynthesis to occur, the main raw material is water, because unless and until there is water, the tree cannot produce its food, right? So there is a requirement of water. Next, water helps in transport of food waste from many things inside our body of a living beings. Okay, that means whatever you take food, whatever food, whatever medicine you take, it is transported through the water. Okay, through the blood actually. And blood, what is the blood? Blood is actually, in blood, I am telling you, in blood 55% is water. Okay, 55% is water molecules that present in the form of plasma. Okay, you would learn it in the higher classes. So the blood transport everything. Blood itself is water. So there is a requirement of water. Okay, next, Water helps in excretory medium, what I have already told you, in the form of sweat and in the form of urine. Okay, that is a the water, the excess water and the urea and the ammonia actually produced in our body, it converts into urea. You will learn it in the next class, in the next higher classes. So that urea transform into urine, and that urine mixes with the water and released from our body. What happens in the case of sweat actually happens in the sweat gland produce sweat, and the excess water with the minerals it releases from the body. So these are actually water. Okay, so you need to water, you should have the water. That's how your all the purpose will be served. Okay, and one important function is to maintain the body temperature level. Okay, that means whenever we feel hot, we sweat. Okay, sweat takes away heat from our body. Okay, that means whenever we feel hot, that means our body, the body temperature gets risen up from the normal temperature. Okay, so but our body cannot tolerate much heat. So what will it do? It will release the heat, right? And it will release the heat in the form, in which form? In the water form, in the presence, in the form of sweat. That's why. Okay, so all the biological purpose happened in our body as well as many other organisms body, is the sole purpose is the water. Okay, so up to this one I have discussed today. You just read the introductory part. Okay, and from the next class I will discuss the few things. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching the video. To know more about us, click www.stxavierspublicschool.com. If you like our video, then share and subscribe, please.